Hey guys, uh, it's Friday. Yeah. Okay. So this week's topic is coming out, which is fun. Not really. Okay, so this is actually kind of an interesting thing for me because previously I had not come out, and I said that in my last video. But fun fact, if anybody follows my Tumblr, then they probably know that I came out on Saturday to my mom. Or I sort of did. What kind of happened was I called her. And I told her that I'd been questioning my gender, and she was kind of funny about it because she asked me what I wanted to do, and I told her that I didn't really know because I was kind of playing the whole thing down. I'll admit to that. Mainly because I knew that if I called her and I was just like, hey, mom, guess what? I'm a boy, she'd probably freak out a little bit. I called her up and I made sure she wasn't doing anything like I asked, and because I didn't want to take away from her doing something important or something. And I did it on a day where I knew that I didn't have plans for hours, so I could talk to her as much as she wanted, and we could end it whenever she wanted. So, I talked to her a little bit. She kind of didn't know what to say. I told her that I thought I was transgender, and she was sort of speechless, I guess. Even though I had kind of tried to lead her into this while I was home. I tried multiple times to tell her when I was at home, but I just couldn't man up and do it. She was pretty good about it. She was, I guess, accepting, but she didn't really believe me because when I was young, I was kind of like a prissy little thing. I'd dress up in random things, and I mean, it's not like I don't mind dressing up. I like to look nice, and I mean, she said this really funny thing. She was all, but you like boys. All I could really do was laugh and tell her that, yes, I'm still attracted to boys. I'm just, I might be one of them. She started to try and blame things. Like, she started blaming the fact that I live alone and I don't have a TV or video games or a lot of friends here to distract me. So I spend the majority of the time I'm either in class or I'm home alone and I'm thinking a lot. And there's nothing really here aside from my internet, which is really bad at the moment, to give me any source of distraction. Like, I have books and work to do, but I don't have something like TV. She ended up suggesting that I go and talk to a therapist. She wants me to be able to express how I'm feeling, and she thinks that I'm expressing it wrong by saying that I'm trans. Which I don't believe because, I'm almost 20. I've been dealing with this for a number of years, and I just recently, the only reason why I've been so open about it is because I actually have a word for it. I just never expressed this to anybody before until I met Theo, and Theo was totally accepting, and he was the first person I came out to. When I met him, I was identifying as gender fluid or queer, and so it was easier for him to accept. Like, it wasn't that much of a jump from queer to just trans. And he did have a little bit of trouble with the pronouns for a little while, but, he's been fantastic about it. He did say that it's probably a lot harder for her to kind of grasp the concept because she's been living under this kind of association with me for 19 years. She did say that she was going to call me by what the doctors called me and the name she gave me, up until I figured something else out. It went pretty well from what I expected. I didn't expect her to be, really excited and be like, well, shit! Let's have a party! Which is probably what I would do if I had a kid and they came out as trans or whatever. I'd be like, well, shit! Let's, skip it a doo-dah! Y'all? My advice would honestly be to do it in person. I had to do it over the phone. I wasn't happy about having to do it over the phone. I really, really, really wanted to do it in person, but I could never work it up to doing it. Don't be like me. Don't, leave your parents in the dark and the people that you love. Don't do that. It's not nice. So just kind of ease them into it and keep them updated. I will see you guys next Friday. It's great seeing you all. You're all fantastic. Have a good day, weekend, I don't know, week.